Hey, I'm JJ as Pretty Princess 5. I'm going to just be talking about some things that it comes under bullying and things like that, and what people do. Um, the main thing about this is about self-harm. Self-harm is never the answer, and I know so many people who don't do it, and it is really sad, and it is a stupid act to do, but it's really interesting to see that someone can be pushed to the limit where they hurt themselves. It's even more interesting when you find that someone can be pushed that far they can easily kill themselves as well. And it's horrible, and I'm not being a hypocrite and saying stop, it's bad, because yeah, I've done it. But it's the fact that I'm still here today and I'm stronger than ever. When people are shouting abuse to people who have scars up their arms, on their body, from self-harm, and they are shouting emo, cutter, loser, a whore, like, one of those emo whore things, where someone just cuts themselves and exposes it, saying, look how much damage I've done. No. If someone is exposing their scars, they are the most strongest person, because they know they are going to get all this hassle. But they aren't. What makes you think they want to wear long sleeves every single fucking day of their life just because they have scars which someone made them do? Yeah, I know that you cannot make someone do something. You also cannot blame someone on your problem, because it's your actions, and what you do defines you, not what other people do. But someone has done or said something to cause that person to go to extreme lengths to start cutting themselves. It's not very nice, and I do admit that I said some pretty horrible things to one of my old friends, but it was in the heat of the moment, and I was really upset with what they did. But I did something worse, and I was being an utter bitch, and I'm incredibly sorry for what I did, because I feel like an utter bitch, and after that I regretted everything that I've done bad to that girl. She's beautiful, she's stunning, she has an amazing personality, she's caring, and then there's me, who's understanding sometimes. I can be really caring. No, I'm not that nice. I seem like a really nice person, but I can't blame it on my mental stability and my emotions and all my mental problems that I have. It's like I have really bad anxiety, which causes me to go into a deep depression, which also makes me have anxiety attacks, and I get quite hurtful and violent. But I can also act as if I'm 2 years old, and I just cry and cry and cry. And then there's my obvious signs of my bipolar, and there's a possibility I have multiple personality disorder. So I've got all of these, but I cannot blame it on any of them, because it's my actions. It's how I dealt with it, and that was wrong of me to deal it in that way. And I'm incredibly sorry to this girl. I am. I'm really sorry for what I did, and you don't deserve any of this. You are absolutely beautiful. I don't think you're one of those people who are really bad at what they do and stuff like that. It's just, I'm not entirely sure how to go about it. It's really difficult for me. My computer screen's turned off. Why? Just bear with me. There we go. I fixed it. But some people, they do little tiny scratches. Some people, they carve into themselves. And I hate it when people carve into themselves words that people call them, or things they think of themselves. I hate it. It really upsets me because that's going to live with you forever. Not only because of you thinking it, but because you scarred yourself with that. And I think that is the worst part about it. When people go to those lengths where they're carving bitch or unwanted, useless into their legs or their arms or anywhere on their body. There's people out there who self-harm on their face. The thing that stands out, the thing you can't hide just with makeup, because makeup can't hide scars very easily. It can hide little blemishes, but scars is more difficult. And it's horrible to think that. And some people who have low self-esteem anyway and have these cuts up themselves, they can't wear the clothes they wish they could wear. They're also terrified of their parents finding out and then thinking they're going to hate me for this. And that will make them self-harm more because they're worried and upset and getting aggravated because they don't know what to do. They can't ask someone for help because they feel like they're going to be intimidated and persecuted for what they are doing. It's really... I'm not entirely sure how to put it because, yes, I've done it. But I don't expose them because they're in places where you can't see. And they're quite old. The most recent ones are about a month old, and I don't do it anymore. But I decided that when I went into a deep depression because me and my boyfriend split up, and it was because of my actions once again. And I felt incredibly bad. I regretted what I did. And I hate myself for what I did. But it's the fact I can't change it. You can't go back in time and change what's already happened. The past is done. You have to look to the future that you wish you never had because of what you did was that bad and how much it hurt somebody. You just wish that it was all over. That you could forget. And you don't have to live with that pain. But I'm stronger than that. There was times where I'm like, I just want to fucking die, I want to end it, I just can't be asked anymore. I can't deal with this. But I'm still here. It's incredibly brave to end your life. It is incredibly brave. Yes, it is selfish. But to be able to cause your own death, either it's hanging or shooting or poisoning or overdosing, doing whatever it takes, doing anything that will end up killing yourself, is incredibly brave because you have to have so much confidence that you are going to end yourself. Because the worst part is if you don't end yourself and you tried but you failed, you're going to live with that. You're going to have complications, and you are going to have people having a go at you saying, why are you so selfish doing this? But it's an incredibly brave thing, and people don't see it like that. I see it as selfish but also brave, as well as my mum sees it like that. But you can't do anything about it. You have to be there. If someone wants to end their life, you have to try and persuade them not to. But you're not going to change their mind. They will change their own mind depending on what you say. It's a lot of effort. And if you are someone who stops someone from killing themselves, then you are a remarkable person who just gave someone a second chance of life. And that person knows that that person is someone who cares for them when they didn't think anybody cared about them and wouldn't even know if they were gone. When it comes to people who are bullying someone else, which is causing them to self-harm, and they see those scars, they bully that person even more, and it carries on pushing someone to the edge. It carries on and it doesn't stop there. It gets worse. They do other things. They go more drastic. When it's someone who doesn't have the most understanding parents, your parents do understand what you're doing, and they're just worried. They will do anything to make you stop, but not necessarily it will help. you could easily do it more. But the thing you got to realize is that parents are just trying to be there and protect their loved ones. And you are their loved ones. You are their own. You are their flesh and blood. It doesn't matter if you're adopted. It doesn't matter if you've got a stepmom or a stepdad. It doesn't matter. You are their flesh and blood. To them. They love you with all their heart. And they do anything so you don't hurt yourself or other people don't hurt you. Sometimes what they do, their actions don't really help. They can make it worse. But they're doing it out of good intentions. My parents haven't any idea, and now they probably have. So, but the way I stopped was literally, I was extremely depressed. I had anxiety attacks about 4 times in one day. That's the most I've ever had an anxiety attack. I've had about 10 or 12 anxiety attacks for these few weeks, and it's quite a lot for a 17-year-old to have anxiety attacks nearly every single day. Now, the day I stopped self-harming was the day I dropped everything I had and started drawing. And the drawings I made are depressing, but I think what's better is that you're drawing your emotions instead of carving them, if you get what I mean. And this one is the first one I drew. It's not blood, it's out of lipstick, by the way, and pen. It says self-harm is never the answer, but it's a way of saying I'm still alive. Which is true. You've got all these scars that remind you what the hell happened. They're like dates. They're like a tattoo that has a date on it. And you remember that exact time. You remember that exact moment and why you did it. But it's the fact that you are still alive and you still got these scars telling you, but they're there to also help you and try and make you a better person so you don't do these things again, or you don't fall over the same mistakes that you've made, and you just learn from it. Some people, they have an addiction to cutting. Yes, there is that. There is an addiction to self-harm. And that's when it's a bit more serious, because if they're addicted to it, they cannot stop, and their whole body will be covered in scars. Necessarily for no reason at all. The next one I did was all the words that some people have said to me, and some of the words I think of myself. Now this is done also with lipstick on fingers. I worried someone thinking it was blood. Oops. But that. Every single word on there. The big words like help, listen, pray, wish, and hope. I think I said hope already. Oh well. They are all the words that I need to do. I need to listen, I need to get help, I need to wish, and I need to pray for help. Pray for someone to listen to me. The others are unwanted, scars, I'm a monster, no one likes you, run away, worthless, you're on your own, I hate you, hated, ugly, runt, bitch, emo, alone, no one can love you, freak, waste of space, die, no friends. Fuck off, cutter, etc, etc. They're the words I think of myself and what other people have said to me. And yeah, I made those when I was in my depressive mood, but now I actually pen them up on my little shelf, and I look at them and remind myself that these are the things I need to change, and I need to be more positive, and that my scars, internal and external, they're there to tell me that I've lived through it, and I'm still here. And I think that's the most important part. So please, if you see someone who has scars, don't hound them, don't aggravate them, don't upset them. Don't do anything that can make it worse, because if they did do something worse, it's your blood, their blood on your hands, and you will live with that regret for the rest of your life. You made someone do that. So I'm going to leave this video for now. Just be there for people who really need it. You'll make the world a much better place, and that'll make someone smile. And smiling's good. We don't want any more cuts, we don't need any more scars. We need those scars and wounds to finally heal over and dissipate. No matter how long it will take, we need to do that. We'll work together on it. That's the best solution to make this world a better and happier place. See you later. Bye!